Talk to you today about, some of the buyer concerns that we have been hearing about the real estate market. Are you waiting for the market to crash? Some people are waiting for prices to come down.
Yeah, people are concerned about insurance.
Yep. We just had a big storm. Our heart goes out to everybody.
All the victims of Hurricane Ian.
Yeah.
There was quite possibly one of the worst storms Florida's seen.
Yep.
There's a lot of devastation and casualties, and
He just might attack you.
He'll attack us?
Yeah, when somebody does something like that.
Thank you.
Someone had their attack dog.
Yeah, somebody had their big Rottweiler.
I would say
It didn't seem like he was an attack dog, though. It seemed that nice.
That was the first time I've ever heard that. If you got an attack dog, stay in control.
So yeah, heart goes out to all of those people, the victims. True devastation. We really still don't know the full effect of what these people are going through. But, what we have noticed is that, I think there was a growing concern or a concern right off the bat that, the market was going to crash because of this hurricane, that we were going to see prices come down and that we're going to see, people were saying, oh, geez, the market's going to crash now in Florida. This is the end, doom and gloom.
Right.
And
right.
Really, we wanted to make this video to sort of set the record straight because although we're not in the area that got damaged,
thankfully, thank you God.
And we really don't know what's going to happen with the market in Fort Myers and Sanibel and that area that really, truly got devastated down, on the West Coast.
That's a beautiful area. It will rebuild.
It will.
It's going to take time, but of course, it will rebuild.
So, let's talk about some of the other concerns that people have had. We've been hearing even before Ian that the prices are too high now. And folks are going to be waiting for this alleged market crash.
Right, prices to come down.
For prices to come down. Naturally, because of storms, insurance rates increase. And of course, because of this storm, insurance rates are going to go up. There's going to be insurance companies that are going to pull out of Florida. Insurance rates are climbing. We don't have cheap insurance rates here in Florida.
They were climbing prior to the storm, and now, with the storm, yeah.
And Florida's one of the states that's the climate's pretty harsh on roofs. So we've got 15-year roofs basically. That's what insurance companies are saying. If your roof is 15 years or older, it's going to be hard to get insurance, or it's going to be really expensive. Mm-hmm. And then you have to get insurance with the insurer of last resort, Citizens, and they may only insure you for a short period of time. And who knows what's going to happen now with Citizens, with all the claims that are going to be happening. So that's kind of a question mark, and we can understand that. But let's talk about, we got folks that are already assuming that it's a buyer's market. And so let's talk about the positives in this case, all right? I can tell you right now, it is not a buyer's market, and we don't foresee it going into a buyer's market anytime in the near future or in the future at all. At this point, we can't even see it.
We have a 2-month inventory in housing, and that's not enough for a balanced market. You need a 6-month inventory supply to be a balanced market.
Yeah.
So right now, it's still a seller's market.
What does that mean? So if you don't understand, because you probably heard that term a lot, balanced market or inventory or any of these terms, what that means is a balanced market is if you have 6 months worth of inventory. That is, if no other homes came on the market, it would take 6 months to sell all the homes that are on the market right now. So what she said is we got 2 months inventory. So that means if no other homes came on the market, it would take 2 months to completely eliminate the inventory that we have. So that's
not long.
That's a seller's market.
Yeah.
And we are deep in a seller's market. And it's not going down. In fact, I'm going to show some figures on the screen. We also look back and look at prices because, you know, obviously people are waiting for prices to come down. Prices are still increasing. You know, they might be leveling out a little bit, but they're not going down. So, you know, you can see we have not had a price decrease yet since this impending financial crash. And remember that the stock market is different than the real estate market. The financial markets are different from the real estate market. Generally, the stock market's driven by emotion. They're looking forward. And the real estate market is driven by demand. We have a low inventory market, which means that there's high demand. And even in these troubles that we're having, financial troubles that we're having, the real estate market is still going strong because people want people want and need
Housing.
housing.
Yeah, absolutely. Got to have a place to live. And, you know, as obviously unfortunate as it was or is for the West Coast, you know, Florida's still a beautiful place to live, and there's still lots of people that want to move here. And, you know, you have natural disasters everywhere. Wildfires and avalanches and, you know,
That doesn't really
pine beetles and all kinds of crazy things.
doesn't really matter where you live. You're going to have some sort of natural disaster or something that's going to make it not perfect. And so we've got those things. But as you can see right now,
Just a little interrupter, fun local fact here. This is the Tiki Bar. It's early morning, so it's not open right now. But great place to watch the river and the sunset. The boats come in, have a drink, and probably, arguably, the very best cheese sticks in town. Fried cheese sticks in town.
no doubt.
They
are so good.
I don't know what they do, but they are something special.
It's like full of cheese and yummy.
It's the best I've ever had.
The best way to know what a market is doing, what a real estate market is doing, is to look at the actual numbers, to look at the data, and not to listen to the news. So what we've done is we've gone back and we've just looked at the last 7 days of what's happening in the market because it's going to be the most relevant since the storm has happened. And Tonya's got those numbers right now. What are we looking at?
Cold, hard facts, baby.
Cold, hard facts.
All right. So in the last 7 days, just in our county, we have had 122 new listings, new properties coming on the market, 23 coming soon. So those properties are going to be listed, but they're just not ready to be shown yet. 88 have gone under contract in the last 7 days, and 88 have closed in the last 7 days.
So let's analyze those numbers. So we've got 122 new listings. And then we've got 23 coming soon. So we can just add those together. So that's 145.
Yep.
Basically 145 new listings.
Pretty cool.
And then we've got 88 that are under contract, which means 88 have gone under contract and then 88 closed. So you can see that there are more homes going under contract and closed combined than there are coming onto the market. So that's telling us a story right there that people are still buying and closing on homes, and we still don't have enough inventory coming on the market to support that demand.
Right.
All right, what are the other numbers?
All right, so there have been 97 price decreases. Whoa.
Wow.
Yeah, 97 price decreases.
Okay.
15 price increases.
What?
Yeah, increases. And maybe they slapped a new roof on. I shouldn't say slapped, but maybe they put a new roof on. That's realtor speak. 15 temporarily off the market. So, maybe something came up during inspections and they're doing repairs. 26 withdrawn.
Okay.
And 41 expired.
Okay, so let's dig into those numbers a little bit more. So 97 price decreases. These are sellers that most likely, if you're reducing your price, you priced it too high. So that tells us that the buyers are definitely going to be affected by interest rates. and they're going to be taking a little bit more, they're going to be a little bit more particular about paying a certain amount of money for a house. You can ask anything you want for a house, but if it's not at market value,
Buyers aren't going to buy it.
buyers aren't going to buy it. If they can't afford it, they're not going to buy it.
You'll be one of those price decreases or one of the expireds.
Right, and so we've got 15 price increases. I don't understand that.
I mean, unless, like I said, they did something, you know, maybe a significant repair or something while the home is being listed.
Yeah, there's going to be a percentage of that too that are maybe like incorrect entries.
Oh, sure.
You know, it's probably a small percentage where they were entered into the multiple listing service incorrectly and then they had to adjust it.
Clerical issue.
It sort of just comes up as a price increase.
Yep.
So we'll give them that a little bit.
All right.
Temporary off market. Okay, so these might be where maybe somebody has found out that they've got a leak in the roof. They need to replumb the house. These are concerns, by the way. Or maybe they were affected by the storm. Maybe they were concerned as a seller that the market is going to crash and they wanted to take it off the market and just kind of see what's going to happen. But only 14, so not too many. 26 were withdrawn. These are people that are absolutely positive that they don't want to sell their house anymore. Maybe they've decided that they don't want to move, but we don't know. It is a high number, 26. We don't see a lot of this. And then you got expired, 41 expired. This tells, what story does that say or tell? That tells me that these houses are overpriced.
Yep.
The sellers were still living in the stratosphere,
Fantasy world.
fantasy land, and they just couldn't sell it for what they thought the house should sell for.
Yeah.
So, you know, there's the numbers. All right, so we switched the angle here.
You know, in one of our earlier videos, I think we pointed out all the little wildlife you can see. There's tons of bunnies down here by the river. It's so weird, but there's just tons of bunnies. Fun little fact, Sebastian's full of these free little libraries. I guess you can go to littlefreelibrary.org and you can find the locations. Sometimes the Girl Scouts build these as like a troop activity, but you know, it's pretty much just, you know, take a book, leave a book. It's cool, so cute, I love it. And there's all kinds of books for all ages, kids, adults, whatever.
You know, and then we're moving into season, which is also a good positive for sellers because more and more people are going to be coming into the market, and that coupled with low inventory just means that, you know, putting your home on the market now, even after the storm and even after all the concerns that people have with this impending doom or impending crash, it's still a good thing because you're going to have even more people looking for homes to purchase.
Sure. Another positive is that the feds are predicting interest rates to come down a little.
Okay, so that's for buyers. You know, if you purchase a home and you're concerned about prices, you know, what we've heard is that the Fed is basically saying that the interest rates are going to come down maybe to 4.85% February, March next year. You know, so if you purchase a home now and prices are leveling out, they're not going down, prices are leveling out now. If interest rates go down, then more people are going to buy.
Yeah.
And so prices are going to obviously go up with that demand.
Now, if you're a buyer who needs to buy right now, you know, don't rule out buying right now because of interest rates. Look at an ARM. You know, I was always raised to think like, oh gosh, ARMs are scary.
Yeah.
Adjustable rate mortgage, it's scary. You don't know what it's going to be. But actually, it holds a lot of advantage for buyers. So, you know, take a look at an ARM, speak with your trusted lender, and it might just be the right product for you. So you finance now at 15 years at what?
Well, you know, you can get a 3-year ARM, a 5-year ARM, a 7-year ARM, and I think there's even actually a 10-year ARM. Most people are selling their homes within 7 years. So if you get a 7-year ARM, you're going to get a lower interest rate now.
Yeah.
And there's a good chance that you're probably going to sell the home. So that's, you know, before
your rate goes up.
Before the rate change is supposed to happen at the end of the adjustable rate mortgage, 7 years after. So there's a good chance you're going to sell the home, and that you'd want to do that obviously if the interest rates had increased. Now, if the interest rates go down at the end of those 7 years, which is also very likely At that point, you just refinance.
Absolutely.
And you can refinance anytime during that ARM as well. So if you're 3 years in and you get an ARM right now at like 5.5%, 5.5%.
Say the rates drop to 4.5.
Boom, refinance.
Yeah, refinance.
Right. So
Beautiful.
you've probably heard this phrase, we've said it before, marry the home, date the rate. That's what we mean when we say that.
Yep, exactly. So average interest rates since the 70s.
Oh man.
We still, you know, since we're talking about interest rates, we're going to show you a graph here. Since the 70s, on average, the interest rate has been, is it 7.5%? I don't know. You have to check the chart.
Yeah, we'll throw the charts up there.
But you know, the interest rates that we had the last couple of years have just been like freakishly low.
We've never seen any interest rates sub 3% since the 70s. And I'm not going back any farther than that, but
so we were incredibly spoiled, basically, you know. And people think, you know, when you hit 4, 5, 6, you're like, oh my gosh, it's so high. Well, no, actually, it's kind of just getting back to where it has been for the last
back to normal
30 plus years. So, you know, don't take our word for it. Check the chart.
Yep. Again, like we said, we like to look at the stats and not listen to the news.
Exactly. So, do you know, now this is a positive for buyers. Do you know builders are starting to buy points?
What does that mean?
So, well, they're making it more affordable for a new, you know, a buyer of a new home to buy a mortgage, to get a mortgage. They're buying points. They're bringing the rate down for their clients.
So it makes it easier to purchase a new home, and you don't have to be subject to
and have a competitive rate.
Yeah. Here we are.
This is my pit stop.
And they've really done a good job with building this out. We have local fishermen who dock their boats right here.
Yep.
And we've got, actually, there's some land here for sale that's going to be developed. We're getting high tech with this stuff.
You want a sip of water? Are you really? So, you know, if you're, you know, on the fence about buying in Florida and you're concerned and you're wondering, you know, did you miss the boat or is it all done? I mean, as you can see, it's not. Florida has a lot to offer. There's natural disasters that happen everywhere. Again, our hearts absolutely go out to all the families and people and pets and structures and boats that were affected. And we're sending you our prayers for recovery. Natural disasters happen everywhere. There's still a lot of demand. So
rest assured, if you invest in Florida, you're not going to be making a bad investment, because prices historically have just continued to increase, and they're going to continue to increase whether there's a storm or whether there's interest rate hikes or even if there's a recession. Real estate is generally a long-term investment, and history shows that we've had a 13% increase every year over year for the last 275 years.
What was it, a 290% increase?
Oh yeah, over the last 30 years, 290% increase in values.
290. Again, we can show you those facts because, you know, don't take it from us, and you know, I like cold hard facts. That's what today's all about.
All right, with that, thanks so much for watching. If you like what you see and you want to see more, like, subscribe, smash that button, and we'll see you on the flip side.